And you can put it full screen if possible. Start your camera and then we can start. No worries.
Okay, so can I start?
Please.
See, I'll tell you, the case study was sent by Sandeep today, but based upon the slide which you had shown yesterday, I prepared this presentation yesterday only. So I was able to get some data through search engines, and that I have used in making this presentation. So the crux of the matter is that, I'll just go read out also. This case study examines Toyota's journey in developing the low emission vehicles and their impact on global greenhouse gas reduction efforts. So that is how earlier they had a very high emission products which they wanted to reduce the greenhouse gas, and that is why they have gone for this development and hybrid and electrical vehicles. Now the sequence of events were like that, 1997, first generation Prius launched in Japan. Then in 2000, Prius introduced in US. And in early 2000, hybrid technology becomes Toyota sustainability cornerstone. So the Prius revolutionized the auto industry. It combined a gasoline engine with an electric motor to reduce emissions substantially. Evolution and expansion of hybrid technology. Second generation, say they stopped at the 2000 for the hybrid, and then second generation in 2003, 50% increase in electric motor power and improved fuel efficiency. Then technological expansion, hybrid systems adapted from Camry, Highlander, RAV4 and Lexus models. And in 2007, sales milestone, over 1 million global Toyota hybrid sales achieved. So this is how, they kept on raising their sales and with the help of technology and hybrid mechanism. So hybrid leadership and global impact, 2 million plus hybrid sales by 2009. So we stopped at 2007 in the previous slide. So this is 2 million plus. 2020 RAV4 hybrid outsold conventional gasoline model in 2020. And 20 plus different models they had created, which I'll show you on the next page. So if you see 2009 Prius, then the second model was average compact car, 2009 average SUV, and you can see the sales is increasing as the size of the car or the truck increases. So this is the achievement, and this is because of the technology which they use for lowering the GHG emission. What challenges they got in the implementation was market acceptance was the first one. So overcoming early skepticism about hybrid technology. So whenever there is a change, there is a resistance, which is a human tendency. So that was the market acceptance was first problem or challenge they faced. Then consumer demands, balancing environmental benefits with customer expectations for power, space, and driving experience. Because everything changes, the engine, sound, and everything changes. And competition, maintaining innovation pace against rapidly developing pure EV market and technologies. Because as they try to change the technology, get the newest and the best one, the other companies also continue doing that. So if we see the triangle or the pyramid, Toyota's approach evolves with market conditions. Their strategy adapts for regional regulations, consumer preferences, and tightening carbon targets. So if you see the bottom or the base of the pyramid, they were standard hybrids, then it was plug-in hybrids, and then full EVs. So they came with a full EV, which we can see prominently on all the roads in India also. Conclusion, lessons from Toyota's approach. early innovation. See, earlier you do like Geo came with the uh, technology of 3G, 4G, 5G like that. So as early you come, you get benefit. Your sales also increase. People go for that. Everybody wants to have newer things. Scale, like same as Geo, the sales means very hard, high, high volume scale will also reduce the price and people will go for that. Adaptability, evolving strategy from hybrids to plugins to full EV maintains relevance and balanced approach. Meeting consumer needs while reducing emissions ensures market success. Toyota's case demonstrates that automotive GHG mitigation requires patience and persistence. Their gradual electrification approach has transformed an industry. So that's it from my side. So I'll just log off
Thank
from
you.
the yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen, Paresh.
Yeah.
Really
Thank you.
well
Yeah.
presented. Anybody has any question on this, please go ahead, ask. This is your time now. Anybody has not understood anything? Okay, so good. There is no question, Paresh. I had only one question.
Yeah.
Which I want to understand is that how Toyota has maintained the resilience over a period of time, as they are not giving up on their initiatives, even though they have failed several times. So what was that strategy major which Toyota has taken according to you? Just an opinion I want. It should not be accurate, or what Toyota is doing, we don't know. But just an opinion. What do you think?
So I believe that, it was basically technology which was making it better and better every time. So even in the market for several years, when I was doing a job also, Toyota and Honda, they were the two best vehicles and I've used them also. So they make cars which are most comfortable and most economical to the people.
At that
That's
quality,
what is my feeling.
At that quality, yes.
At that quality, yeah.
Correct. So that is what their resilience comes from. Their dedication and determination that they want to give the best to their customers. So customer focus could be one of the reason they are maintaining and
yeah, correct.
That is right. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Let's go to
Thank you.
Ravindranji. Thank you. Ravindranji, you can now share your screen and start your camera so I can give you the spotlight and you can start your presentation. Ravindranji.
Yeah, I'm working.
Okay, perfect.
Just a second.
Let me put you on a spotlight. Now you can share your screen if you want, or you want to speak directly. I'm okay with that as well. Mahima, are you ready?
Can
your screen is still
yeah, can visible?
Mitigations. They want to move from, and they have aggressive targets, ambitious targets, and they want to have a carbon neutrality by 2045, ultimate goal. So they want to have achieve this. For this, they made a the act and all they made for public with the public support and with the opposition of impact of wind farms and solar installations. They involved the green technology, green tech, sustainability, involvement, and R&D research and development also made. They made development of green technologies, and now they become pioneer in the wind and solar energy areas. The measurability of they did a balancing economic growth with an environmental goal also. It can coexist. That's what they proved it. And the challenges faced by them is rising energy price and energy sustainability So now they proved it and they achieved the target of 2025. And they are moving forward in the particular field, in the field of solar and wind energy, sir. With the economic growth of 3.7% in 2021, with an employment opportunity of 3 lakh employment during 2021, sir. This is how I can conclude, sir.
Perfect. Perfect. At least you you gave a honest try. I'm really happy. But I would have liked that you could have prepared a presentation in a formal structure. Not 10
I'll do
pages,
it, sir.
even 2-3 pages, it could have been helpful. And that is a part of submission. So you have to
Yes,
either
yes.
submit your Word file or your own notes as well as presentation, whichever way you want to submit, but you have to submit some paper, right? It's a
Yes,
part
yes.
of our program. So I will
Excellent,
expect
sir.
that happening by
Yes.
tomorrow. And
Yes,
good
sir.
try. I think you have highlighted certain critical points. Of course, there are some gaps, which we will be
Yes,
seeing when I will be training you
yes,
about.
I accept that. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I will give you the feedback. Don't worry. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
I
you
need
very
your
much.
guidance also. Yes, sir. Yes.
Very much, Rajaji. Okay.
Right,
Okay.
right,
Let me go to now Ravindranji.
Yeah.
You can
So I'm sharing the screen. Everybody can see it.
just give me a second. Yes, your screen is visible. I don't know why it is not fully visible, but it is visible.
Oh.
So you can go ahead, and I will give you a spotlight as well, so you can start your camera.
Just a second. Just a second. Yeah. Where is my 1 second? 1 second. I just lost. Just a second.
No worries. Take your time.
Denmark. So today my sharing of my understanding of Denmark energy transition global leadership case study. So when you remember Denmark, these are the things coming to our mind. One is water canals, the Mars headquarters, which is one of the largest shipping company, which is having a highest influence. There are a lot of offshore windmills and the villages which they have a legacy of having windmills, the village, which is sustainable buildings, and below the airport where the Lego had a statue. So these are the images when it comes to Denmark. But Denmark has made a tremendous story in sustainability. I looked at why Denmark is sustainable in some of the key, the drivers. One is culture and mindset. Basically, Danish have a deep connection to the land and water because of their long history of agriculture and fishing as an independent industry. So this connection has built a sense of responsibility to the environment, and they have a strong emphasis on minimalism, sustainability in their daily lives from the long time. It's not because of some climate change, but it is their lifestyle itself. They have a strong cycling culture and cycling infrastructure Denmark has developed. And the lot of surveys has seen that Danish consumers generally want to change their habits for not just for climate change and sustainability. And there is another driver, public-private partnership and collaboration. There is a lot of incidences that it is facilitated by strong public-private partnership so that the government could effectively bring the changes. There is a lot of collaboration with openness to problem solving. Then there is a government policies and commitments. Danish government supports sustainability through North Sea Declaration, etc. And they are also globally support to UNEP working to protect nature and build resilience to climate change. The another driver is coastline. Denmark has around 8,750 kilometers of tidal shore, so which leads to a lot of access and abundance offshore wind resources. And even in dates back 1800, Denmark has developed a windmill for various application. There is another driver, energy security. So Denmark set a targets itself to immune to depend on depleting fossil fuels of like coal as well as oil, and they had also faced an oil crisis in 1973. So there is another driving shipping. So Denmark, as we know, is one of the sixth biggest nation in the world. And as per IMO, there was 2 to 3% greenhouse gases emit from the marine industry. So Denmark found that there is a big scope to reduce emissions in this. And one more interesting thing, what I found one of the driver is summer solar radiation. So during summer, Denmark experiences a very longer days. See, compared to India or any other countries, even I have also experienced. So there is a higher solar radiation as well as longer days in the summer. So this is also one advantage on solar radiation. Now, coming to based on why what after understanding why Denmark is sustainable, it has set its targets. So one is it sets a climate neutrality by 2050 and 70% emissions reduction by 2030 to the level of 1990 levels. 100% renewable electricity by 2030, mainly wind and solar, and also the green hydrogen. Also, it includes offshore wind capacity to augment to 12 gigawatt by 2030 and to reach around 37 gigawatt by 2050. Then it has a target to set up energy islands. We will see that what is those. So they are building two energy islands, which is a massive offshore wind farms, and especially the North Sea island where they want to take it the 3 gigawatt offshore wind capacity to the 10 gigawatt. Then they have a target of fossil-free road transport. They want to ban the new diesel and petrol cars by 2035. And they have a target to introduce 1 million electric or hybrid cars by 2030. And they have also set up a circular economy. So stop landfilling, recycle by 2030, cut waste incineration by 30%. And also they have set a target to accommodate the circular economy to the tune of 1.4% from the current 0.8% by creating around 13,000 jobs, especially in the circular economy by 2035, by reducing the consumption by 50%. So how it is achieving? So they have three drivers, again, improving energy efficiency, deploying decarbonization technology, reducing demand for carbon intensive products. Let's understand one by one. So one of the area is transport. So as we discussed, there is a drive to reduce fossil fuel dependency by levying diesel tax and to adopt 2.5 million cars. And there is a zero emission shipping. Denmark is collaborating with international partners to develop zero emission vessels. What we see in the picture, it's a Maersk green energy vessel. And then there is a offshore wind expansion. As we seen, Denmark has an abundance offshore wind capacity. So they have a transformation to reach 35 gigawatt by 2050. So then there is another important driver is power to X. This is very, very interesting. So what is this? This is basically, it is a blanket term which refers to set of technologies where the renewable electricity is converted into energy products. Okay. So that X represents energy carriers. It can be like hydrogen, e-fuels, chemicals, and materials. So this is the strategy they are following. So one of the first power to X byproduct is the green hydrogen. So green hydrogen is nothing but hydrogen is produced by pyrolysis process by using the renewable energy. So there are different types of hydrogens are there, like gray hydrogen we call, which is used the energy by gasoline, and the brown hydrogen we call, which we use coal. Then as we seen, the Denmark has a natural advantage of solar radiation, so they have a plan to install 9,000 megawatt equivalent to 9 gigawatt energy of solar power by 2030. So then there is one more interesting, I want to share my research. This is e-fuel. So Denmark has working on the power to X, the three important fuels they call green ammonia, green methanol, and sustainable aviation fuel. So if you look at the chart, so in the electrolysis, the hydrogen is produced. One part it goes to electricity grid, other part goes to district heating. The district heating is nothing but it is CHP, the central heat and power projects where Denmark being located in a cold country, they need a lot of energy for heating. So one part of the energy goes to district heating. So the rest of the hydrogen, what they do is they convert into ammonia, which is again a green derivative by combining nitrogen from atmosphere. This ammonia is again is green ammonia. They called is a fuel. It can be used in shipping where Marx is using it, and ammonia is also required for carrying hydrogen. And another byproduct they call green methanol. They combine carbon dioxide, and this again methanol can be used as a fuel in shipping. The other advantage of methanol is you need not to pressurize. It is like a liquid fuel. It can be used as a regular fuel. And very interesting that carbon dioxide is coming from the sequestering or the CCU. So it is again a green. And the rest of the product goes to different industries and it is converted into fertilizer, shipping, aviation fuel, heavy road transportation, and industry and chemicals. So there is a very beautiful strategy they are following. They have abundant wind energy that they convert into wind energy is one side, and the hydrogen pyrolysis requires an enormous amount of power, but because of the low cost of the power, they can produce hydrogen in such a way that they can produce many other products. So this is one of the transition. Then they have very interesting technology, CCU, yesterday we discussed, carbon capturing unit. As of now, around 120,000 tons of CCU capacity is developed. And the way they are working by 2030, around 430,000 units of biogenic carbon dioxide is captured. And I have shown you the picture right side. It is there is a company Osterd, which is a power company. They generate a bioenergy and the carbon dioxide is converted into CCU and it is transported to the shipping. Then another strategy they are using the agriculture. Agriculture is one of the major economy for Denmark. So they have set a target to reduce 1.8 million tons by 2030, and whatever the levy they are putting on that they are using it for sustainable farming practices. Also, there is a fund government has done around 170 million for promoting plant-based diets. Then the circular economy is another strategy Denmark is using in energy transition. So their objective to bring it 0.8% to 1.4% and jobs by 13,000. If you look at, even though Denmark is sustainable, there is their share of the circularity, what we say, it is only 4%. That means 100 kg anything is produced, only 4% is their recycling. And the average EU stand is around 7.6%. So there is a huge scope they are exploring. If you look at on the right side, they are planning to reduce the material consumption by 39%, which leads to 42% reduction in the carbon footprints. There are circular built environment, circular lifestyle, the different strategies they are using in the circular economy. Then a very interesting strategy they are using in the transition is energy islands. One energy island is North Sea Island. It is a PPP project, public-private project, which is costing 26 billion. It is supposed to start by 2033, but because of the cost and other reasons, it has gone to 2036. What are the features of this island? There is a massive offshore wind farms, around 10 offshore wind farms are there, and it is again equipped with power to X facilities, as we seen in previous slides, like to produce e-fuels, hydrogen, etc. It has also have a massive energy storage systems and interconnection infrastructure. So this is a very interesting project there coming up. Now, the another energy island they have set up along with Germany. If you look at the topography of Germany, Denmark, it has around 62 kilometers of the border it shares with Germany. So they have jointly developing this island where their plan is to go to 3 gigawatt power generation. Also, again, the power to X integration, they are doing it. So these are the two energy islands they are coming up. Now, having said that, on the positive side, on the other side, they have some challenges. What is these challenges? One is the grid capacity limitation. So the Denmark has grown phenomenally in generation of electricity, but its existing grid was not designed to handle large scale decentralized intermittent renewable energy. So there are a lot of old grid components which is outdated, needs to be replaced. So they found a lot of challenges in integrating the existing grid with the new generation. So they have found some solutions and they're working. One of the biggest solution was there is a company Energy Net, which is the biggest system operator, which they are investing around 1.4 billion euro to augment the high voltage substation switch gas with Siemens from Germany. And also they are upgrading substation infrastructure. There is another challenge is what it is found the slow and complex permitting. There is a lengthy process for new wind farms, whether it's onshore or offshore. The environmental assessments, land use disputes, and local opposition is all creating the slow projects. Even though they are ambitious in adopting the new technology or the new initiatives, there is a slow in getting the approvals. A lot of regulatory coordination they have to consider consist of bureaucratic delays, misaligned priorities, then environmental and public concern. So what they have found was there is a one-stop solution they put. Say they form the Danish Energy Agency, which is a centralized point of contact for all permission coordinating. Then digital permitting initiatives also they have taken with organizations like Wind Europe using Amazon Web Services to develop digital solution to automate the workflows. Also, they augmented the local municipalities with clearer environmental guidelines and additional resources to expedite the review and approvals of renewable energy projects. So just we will have a small video here, if it is possible. 1 second, I will play this.
Makes you want to breathe fresh air and dive into clean water. On a warm summer day, yeah, sure. But in winter too? Yes, we're both Vikings and Bikings. Wouldn't it be nice if all our waters were so clean that we could jump right in, no matter where in the world? In Denmark, we clean our wastewater like few others. We also use our wastewater for energy production, and we store rainwater in parks, underneath streets and football fields, making our cities climate resilient and livable. We value our water. We care for how we extract it, how we use it and reuse it, and how we release it back into nature. And we do so because our drinking water depends 100% on groundwater, which we, by the way, enjoy directly from the tap. Oops, careful now. Water is a scarce resource, so make every drop count. And let's go green together.
Well done. I think
There
this
is one
video
more.
was very good.
There is one more video on that North Island. That's very interesting. If somebody can see that.
You are sending that as well?
I sent in the chat.
Okay, fair. So let me run that.
Begins with a piece of earth beneath your feet. A land shaped by time, by stories, by culture. A land where
Not come, sir. Same last video.
together,
Okay,
their
let me share.
heritage woven into every corner.
स्क्रीन शेयर करना पड़ेगा ना
Stillness of the hills,
There is some
the
issue.
poetry of the backwaters,
Able to
the
share.
wisdom of ancient temples,
And
the
Ravi's screen is there. Ravi has to stop.
stories, water, fire, air. It
Wait. Let me try once more to share it.
No, sir. Ravi has to stop this. Yes.
Actually, okay. That is why.
It was Ravi's screen, so he has to stop sharing. So
Okay.
I stopped, Subhaji.
Okay, so let me
Yeah,
read.
yeah.
This is the one.
Might not look like it, but this is the biggest construction project in the history of Denmark.
Today, whatever we get ammonia from fertilizer plant, it is a red ammonia. So there are 4 types of ammonia: red, yellow, blue, and green. The cost of red is minimum. Sometimes it is a throwaway price. Then the yellow comes, then blue comes, and green. So that's why people have tried after hydrogen, ammonia also as a fuel, but the cost is very exorbitant. So that aspect also we have to see in this. And both are gases. So production process, a lot of power is getting consumed because both you have to do this process at high pressure, hydrogen and nitrogen. Similar is the case in methanol because there also both the gases are reacting, CO2 and hydrogen. So all these processes are not very simple. So on R&D scale, they might have proved, but on commercial scale, like EV, what we have seen in Toyota no long back, that it has failed and then they have come to hybrid. So these 2 aspects needs to be seen in detail.
Okay.
Because ammonia I have gone through in detail earlier for use of green ammonia, and it is not viable. As on data, the new
Have you
process
done any
comes and
research? So Subodhji is trying to ask you, have you done any research on that part?
No, that's what
Yes.
I'm not completely aware of the production cost. What I looked at how this is done. Maybe they have done quite a substantial progress in green hydrogen, but the downstream of application of hydrogen on methanol and ammonia might
The
be
reaction of CO2 and hydrogen, because whatever you use CCU for extraction of this carbon dioxide from the air, it will see that purpose till date was not to utilize that carbon dioxide. So
Correct.
whatever carbon dioxide is absorbed in this, it may not be pure, that pure which is required for reaction.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
other things also may be absorbed along with that in maybe very minor quantities. But when you go for the reaction, it is very pure. CO2 plus hydrogen. So all those
Okay.
things may be very small this, but that leads to a lot of cost.
Because what I had seen, Subhaji, like in a lot of these CCU technology or it's many startups are there in Nordic countries working on these renewables and recycling or many things. So it must be in maybe some might be in R&D stage, some might be in commercial stage,
Because
but I have
the
not
purpose,
researched on that. Yeah.
Because purpose of CCU to absorb CO2 and
Correct,
may not be in pure form. It might have some impurities. So